Investigations are underway after two shooting incidents near the Cook County Jail over the weekend.
WGN's Brona Tumulty joins us now live with details. Hi, Brona.
Hey, guys. Yeah, the first of those shootings happened on Saturday evening just before 9. A man named Laundry Sylvester was leaving the jail. He went by the rap name KTS Dre. He'd just been bailed out, and police say he was ambushed by two men who got out of a vehicle near the jail. Sylvester was shot as many as 64 times and pronounced dead at Mount Sinai. A 60-year-old woman who was with him was shot in the knee and taken to Stroger. A second woman in her 30s was standing nearby when that chaos broke out. She suffered a graze wound to the face. She was taken to Mount Sinai as well, and both women were in good condition at last check. Bullets started flying again, though, outside the jail early this morning, just after midnight. That incident left a 25-year-old man injured. With two incidents in as many days, we asked the mayor today if security here needs to be stepped up.
Well, first of all, I don't control the jail or 26th Street, but obviously we're in conversation with the sheriff and his team. We're concerned about shootings anywhere across the city, and of course, we're very focused on what happened there, and detectives are actively at work identifying suspects, and hopefully we'll have some arrests soon.
Another real one. Dirk, rest in peace, Bezu, man. Another real one. Dirk lost to the streets. That man can't even let his guard down for a minute, man. It's sad. Remember Bezu once said in an Instagram live, "If I die, don't cry at my funeral."
I know what's coming. Live by the gun, die by the gun. What you did, you gotta accept it. I don't want no grab me, bro. Don't grab my funeral. So, your dreads come. Don't cry. On God, you're wild. I need 20 for 1, you hear me?
One homie just said, that's what happens in the streets. Man, Lil Durk must be going through it in that cell when he heard the news. Rest in peace, Bezu, man. Another real one. Durk lost to the street.
All laws right now, they in that county. We the bomb right now. Ain't none of them pussy out right now. Fuck them to out. You heard? We did that here for Melly. Fuck them to out. Ain't no more 600. On front of grade. All you pussy. Ain't no clicking up. They knew it's only us. You gon' run when we pull up like we part of U.S. Navy. Like you was with me. If I go to jail, I've been mad at me because I just blow New LA bomb.
I'm gonna have me a decent little threesome night with my 40s. Come on, man. But she be tripping on my she be upset that she don't be having that much playtime sometimes. I got you. You know the nines be fucking everybody up around the city. It's robbing everybody. I gotta cool down on you, baby.
Boy, I shot this in the 750, but that's a spaceship. We probably spent Amy's back down. We gon' paint y'all that bitch. Come right back. Nigga shot my mother, man. We just live.
Investigations are underway after two shooting incidents near the Cook County Jail over the weekend.
WGN's Brona Tumulty.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. I would like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Blessings and safety to the elect. All right. And hey, man, there's a lot of gun violence, in the city of Chicago, man. And, every time you hear about judgment, okay, it's by the way of, guns, or I should say the sword, man. Okay. And first and foremost, man, it's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah who's putting these jakes to death, man. All right. That's what I'm going to open up with, man. Back to the basics, man. It's the Lord that's putting these jakes to death, man. Okay. And this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. It says, "See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me." All right. And the mass majority of those jakes in Chicago, man, they're into Islam. Okay. They're into, Islam. They worship Allah. Okay. Which Allah is just a Hebrew word meaning power, man. Okay. But the point is, they're into that, idol worship. Heavy in Chicago, man. All right, but it says, I kill and make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right, so it's the Lord who does the killing, man. All right, and it's spiritual because what did Yahweh Shah tell Peter, man? Okay, matter of fact, let's go to the book of Matthew, the 26th chapter. All right, because people wonder why there's so much gun violence in Chicago. Well, you know, those Jakes, man, they trust in the sword, man. They trust in Esau's blessing, man. All right, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. This is Matthew chapter 26. And I'm going to start at 50. It says, and Yahweh Shah said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahweh Shah and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yahweh Shah stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. Then said Yahweh Shah unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword, man. Okay? And this is why ultimately Esau, Shalakia, this is ultimately why Esau is going out by the way of the sword, man. All right? Because he has, using the sword throughout the four corners of the earth, man, throughout his whole rulership, man, all the way back to, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, right? This is Esau MO, all right? As the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. All right, but see, Jake has taken a likeness, or they feel comfortable with that sword, man. In Chicago, in a lot of other places here in Babylon, but mainly Chicago, man. All right, there's a lot of gun violence, man. Every time you turn around, somebody was put to death by the way of a gun, man. All right, and that's ultimately why. And that's ultimately because they trust in it. All right. Another thing they do out there, man, they do, when someone, dies, man, they talk shit, man. They mock them. Okay. One of they, so-called ops, man, because we know that it's due to the curses, because Jake real ops is these heathens. Main op is Esau Edom. Okay. But, when, one of their, brothers die, man, they talk about them. They smoking Tuka, they smoking this dead person, they smoking that dead person, not knowing that they got to face that same judgment as well, okay? Because it's Yahweh Shemi Awashah that gives you over to how you die, man. All right, and to prove that, it's Jeremiah 15. The Lord is the one who decides how you go out, okay? I'm going to get straight to the point. Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, such as are for sword to the sword. All right, and that's the point. So the Lord, he has particular people numbered to the sword, man. Okay? In this case, some of you going to get deleted by the gun, all right? And a mass majority of people are going to get deleted by the thermonuclear fire, man. Those missiles. Because that's a sword as well. Okay? But the point is, such as are for the sword to the sword, man. So the Lord has, a lot of people numbered to the sword, man. Okay? And especially in that city, Chicago. Because, again, Jake trusts in that damn sword, man. All right? And a lot of people that I showed on that video, they already got deleted. Okay? They got deleted by the sword. Okay? But I got another precept because, this is these niggas, man. Again, someone dies, man, they get on the song, they boast and brag, if they carried out the hit, they tell on themselves, okay? Not knowing that they're gonna be faced with that same judgment. All right. But this is Sirach chapter 8, verse 7. It says, rejoice not over thy greatest enemy, being dead, but remember that we all die, man. All right, and that's something that Jake ain't considering until it's their time, man. Okay, and a lot of Jake, they got loose lips, man. I'm just being honest, man. They got loose lips, man. All right. All right, they just say anything that come to their mind, man. Not knowing that by your words you'll be held accountable for what you say out of your mouth, man. Words is powerful, right? But it's Sirach 28:18 in the GMT. It says more people have died as a result of loose talk than were ever killed by swords, man. So loose talk, man. A lot of Jakes, like the nigga Bezu. I know. When you live by the gun, you die by the gun. I know, man. So when it's my time, I don't want nobody crying at my funeral. All right? Go get 20 for 1. All that nonsense, man. And now look, he's in the spirit world, man. All right? Now these individuals, they're in their right state of mind now, man. All right? And that's a good thing for Jake, man. Because Jake is useless here. All right? Jake is in the way, man. Jake is in the way. Jake need to just go up to the spirit world so they can be in a right state of mind and they can pray for the elect, man, or they can, worship Yahweh Shemi Awashah, man, in truth and sincerity, man. All right? Because here they useless, man. Jake is just in the way, man. And this is the final judgment, man, for a lot of you individuals out there living by the damn gun, man. All right? Hey, the scriptures also say that the wages of sin is death. Jake out here just living in wickedness, man. Not considering that, hey, man, there's a payment that's going to be due, man. And that's going to be your life, man. All right? But, matter of fact, we can go to close in the second Ezra's, man. Second Ezra's chapter 15. And I'm going to start at 24. It says, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. It says, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. All right, this is the point. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. So it's the Lord that ultimately delivers you over to being put to death, man. All right? You have, violated or transgressed the Lord. And these are the situations the Lord put people in to get them took out. Okay? So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.